Well, hello there, motherfuckers. And I regret to inform everybody that Paige has officially retired from the WWE. So, a few weeks back, I was at a house show. Paige ended up getting kicked in the back of the head or the neck area. Somewhere around that area, she got kicked. It was a dangerous kick. She wasn't prepared for the kick, and she got a slight injury. But then later on, they said like a day later that it didn't seem too serious. So people were asking me, Brad, why are you not talking about this? I mentioned it briefly in a video, but I was like, okay, I talk enough about the dangerous style in WWE. If it's not that serious, I'm not going to really harp on it that much, especially when you've got people like Hideo Idiocracy busting people's faces completely open, and that people requiring surgery to reconstruct their face. But it appears that it was worse than previously thought, and we could all thank Sasha Banks. Like I says, all the dangerous workers in WWE, everybody the YWC loves, Seth Rollins, Hideo Idiocracy, Nakamurphy, Asuka, all these people that like to do exactly what Sasha Banks did. They want to kick people as hard as they can to seem as stiff and realistic as possible. And you see what it gets you? Do you see what it does? See, this is the moment of truth, because now we see exactly what this stiff style does, this Japanese style, kicking people in the back of the head when they're not even ready. It's ridiculous. You never saw this many injuries, this many early retirements back in the day. Why do you think it is that guys like Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair were able to go as long as they did? Why did these guys have long, somewhat healthy careers? Yes, Hogan had knee problems, but it was wear and tear. But Paige is like, what is she, 23, 24 years old? Not even 25 yet. The girl hasn't even reached her 30s, and she's already been prematurely retired. All due to the negligence of the person she was working with in the ring. And how do you defend this? I mean, enough is enough already. Speaking of, guys that had long-lasting careers, Sting was ready to come back and have another run at the company, and it was cut short due to Seth Rollins and his dangerous in-ring work. And now we have Sasha Banks, somebody who was being praised for a couple of months anyway by the YWC as being a savior, and even I had praised her in the past for her in-ring work that she was doing. I said she put on some good matches in NXT, but lo and behold, she gets brought up to the big leagues, and she's injuring people who would have had more promising careers than her. Obviously Paige, they brought her back. Okay, it was like a disappointing return. It doesn't really seem like they're doing much with Absolution, but Paige was obviously considered to be a bigger star than Sasha Banks. Sasha kind of has, receded to the back of the line. She's kind of on the back burner. And so trying to get noticed, these wrestlers try to do, everything they can in the ring. They try to, get their work rate up and shit like that. And what happened? Somebody's retiring prematurely. And I'm reading, it's rumored, it's like, they said it's similar to the situation with Edge, where her neck is kind of hanging on by a thread. Back in 2016, during her hiatus, she had she had 3 screws put into her neck surgically. So, we all know how that goes with the wrestlers. Now, strangely enough, Rhino is a guy who's had that surgery, but he is actually still active. So, at least there's that. At least he's there, and he had the surgery. But sometimes people like Paige are not that lucky, and it's probably due to the fact of who she was put in the ring with. Sasha Banks is an amateur that should not be in the professional leagues, you know, in the higher, you know, echelons of the main roster. She's already injured somebody. I mean, now we really have to take a close look at Sasha Banks. Now, I know people were putting on Twitter, oh, let's thank Paige. And I do thank Paige, you know, for what, you know, all she's done and all that. You know, the girl tried really hard until she got viciously injured by Sasha Banks. But I think we still reserve the right to come at Sasha Banks and for her negligence in the ring. I mean, what was she thinking, kicking her in the back of the head that fucking hard? So really, the people on Twitter, you could take a back seat. You could go sit down over there because we're going to have a couple of words with Sasha Banks. Banks, I mean, you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking retard for what you did. You hit this girl in the back of the head as hard as you could. Now, I blame the agents. I blame management for letting this shit continue. I blame management for letting this style continue. I mean, and you keep bringing in more and more of these guys. Enzo's face gets busted open mere weeks after Hideo Idiocracy breaks Kendrick's nose. I mean, what more, you know, do you guys want? I mean, seriously, it's ridiculous. It's heinous. And, you know, somebody brought this up like not too long ago in the comment section. Oh, Brad, the WWE style nowadays is pussy. I've never said that it's not pussy. I'm just saying that it's unsafe. Whatever it is they're doing, it's unsafe. They're not working a style that is safe and it is a good idea to be doing nowadays in the ring, especially when this many injuries are occurring. You know, wrestlers are, you know, not trained enough to be dishing out these moves. And they shouldn't be dishing out these moves at all. Kicking somebody in the back of the head seems like a really fucking bad idea. I mean, unless you're going to do it with the utmost precaution. And you're not going to really land that said kick as hard as you fucking can. I mean, you know, the thing is, everybody wants to be a Nakamurphy. Everybody wants to be an Oscar. When those people shouldn't be on the roster in the first place. And they avoided these people from being on the roster for years due to this very same predicament. That it could lead to career-threatening injuries. Because you've had people die in the ring. You've had Misawa in Japan. I talked about it. People were laughing it off, treating it as a joke when Nakamurphy dumped Cena on the back of his head, on the back of his neck. I says, holy shit, we need to take a look at the in-ring style. You know, and did people here in the YWC agree with me? They were like, no, Cena sucks. He doesn't know how to take moves. Oh, so I guess you could say that Paige didn't know how to take a fucking kick that was delivered as hard as it could to the back of her fucking head. You fucking morons! I mean, I'm getting sick and tired of the fucking YWC already defending pure negligence, defending pure idiocy, defending just completely dangerous in-ring work. Enough is enough already. It's time to change. Didn't they learn from all the way back in 1999? With Dries? Was it bad enough that the man was fucking paralyzed? That wasn't fucking enough? There wasn't fucking enough blood for you? That wasn't enough sweat and tears? That wasn't enough? I mean, come on. And that was actually an accident. But you would think after that accident that maybe they would take precaution. And they did for many years. But then all of a sudden, the YWC and the internet crowd somehow took over, and the Dave Meltzer underlings of the world, the Meltzer Magoo underlings of the world took over this fucking company. And I blame it on McMahon. I blame it on management for catering to this. I blame it for the agents for going over these matches and trying to cater so they could get a fucking 5-star rating from Meltzer Magoo. Who gives a fuck about how many stars a match is? Take those fucking stars and shove them up your goddamn fucking ass. Had enough already. Somebody's career is ended. Their livelihood is ended. And it's all due to the fucking internet. It's due to Sasha Banks. I'm a wrestler, guys. Look at me. I'm a certified boss. You're a certified fucking moron. What were you thinking? More videos to come on this topic. Until next time, motherfuckers.